was woken this morning due to reports of earthquake in the northwest, somewhere either in Washington or Oregon. These relief efforts have begun in Bellingham, so we need to get to the airport, get up there, see what we can do to help out. This channel is about working on aircraft and flying those airplanes. So come take a seat and let's go for a flight. Well, sorry for all the dramatic intro and everything, but this actually is a very important exercise in that every year the Disaster Airlift Response Team, or DART, does these exercises in order to coordinate with communications, logistics, and getting airplanes moving product such as food or emergency equipment to the places that need them in the case of an actual emergency. So we're going to open up the hangar, and if you had noticed, this is not the normal hangar because they're doing construction on the other side, so I had to move Sheila. But we're going to get the airplane out, and we're going to head on our way up to Bellingham, and we're going to start the Thunder Run 2025.
Good morning, Payne Tower, Stinson, 9250 Kilo Alpha 5 northbound with uniform.
Stinson, 9250 Kilo Payne Tower, hold for wake turbulence, about another minute and 15 seconds for a departed Boeing 737.
Oh, definitely standing by, 50 Kilo.
Stinson, 50 Kilo, cross wake turbulence for Boeing 737 departed 3 minutes ago. Straight out departure approved. Runway 34 left off 5. Clear for takeoff.
Straight out, clear for departure, and we'll like to sidestep a little to the left on that departure with them.
That's approved.
All right, 4,000 feet to go. Goes down, power set, lights, camera, action. Airspeed's alive, there's the tail. Flying. The reason I chose the left-hand side is because the wind's a little bit out of the northwest, and it's blowing all the wake that way. Well, hopefully all of it. All right, let's have a big adventure today. Payne Tower, 06 inbound, now 3 for the left.
Payne Tower, continue, report the message.
Report the message, thank you.
Tower, good morning, Horizon 2047, outside Mario, 3 for left.
Horizon 2047 Payne Tower, good morning, runway 34 left, clear 2 lines.
34 left, cleared to land, Horizon 245.
Tower, Stinson, 50 Kilo, frequency change, please. 50 Kilo, frequency is approved, yeah. 74 Bravo, roger, proceed over towards mid-Lummy and a right down runway 16. Left 74 Bravo, heading towards mid-Lummy and right down 16. We're checking up Bay, you got step down, taking across in.
And the 7542 November 6 south of Chapman Bay, inbound landing Lima.
Then 7542 November down end tower and a left down runway 16, report midfield traffic, a helicopter inbound from Lake Whatcom, entering a left base.
Enter left downwind for runway 16, report mid downwind, and we'll look for the traffic, 42 November.
Just 107 Alpha X-ray bound tower, hold short runway 16, got 2 arrivals. 74 Bravo, stay position.
74 Bravo is now
mid-Lumi, inbound for left, correction, right downwind, 16. 74, Bravo, roger, report midfield, right downwind. Report mid-downfield, right downwind. Helicopter 5, Tango Papa, traffic, a Zenith, midfield, left down, report in sight. Traffic 5, Tango Papa. Roger, we'll wake it off. And last one inbound over Chuckanut, say again.
90250 kilo, holding Chuckanut Bay, Lima.
From that call sign 9205 kilo.
9250 kilo.
Number 9250 kilo, bound on tower, and left downwind runway 16, report midfield. Your traffic fall is going to be a helicopter inbound from Lake, welcome.
Alright, left downwind 1650 kilo.
Number 14, remember, stay position. We're sub 250 kilo. 42, November, roger, do you have that traffic in sight? We will, and we'll follow them in. 14, November, roger, follow the traffic. Follow traffic. I'm Tango Papa, stay position. 5 Tango Papa, it's currently 4 miles to the east.
What makes Bellingham different from a lot of busier airports that have commercial service is they don't have radar, so they're very dependent upon you providing your position and your altitude. And on a day like today with the DART event, they are just swamped. Hats off to these guys. They're doing a great job though. For a great rundown of the VFR reporting points, go check out Ginger's video, link in the corner.
Number 107 Alpha X-ray, bound on tower, runway 16, clear for takeoff, south of Columbia. 16 clear for takeoff, south of 7 Alpha X-ray. Number 74 Bravo, roger, and runway 16, clear to land. 16 Bravo, clear to land, 16.
Yeah, these guys are doing a Bellingham Tower, Comanche 9225, Papa, 6.5 miles south of Lumi, start flight.
Number 9225, Delta, remain outside cross Delta.
Remain outside cross Delta, 9225, Papa. Yeah, these guys are doing a bang up job, man. I couldn't do this.
Zero kilo, stay position.
We are just north of Chuckanut. 4.3.
Roger. Number 574 Bravo, turn left at Delta, taxi to Park Delta, monogram.
574 Delta and monogram.
Number 5, correction, number 74 Bravo, hold short of Alpha taxiway, disregard. Number 5, Tango Papa at aircraft on Delta, give more to you. Copy that, 5 Tango Papa. Alright, correction, number 50 kilo, stay position.
Midfield downwind for 1650 kilo.
50 kilo, runway 16, clear to land.
Clear to land, 1650 kilo.
Number 66 Hydro, Tango Bound M ground, taxi runway 16 via Hotel Alpha Bravo, straight ahead on Hotel. And remember 74 Bravo, taxi to Park via Delta. Number 50 Romeo, roger, continue downwind, I'll call base.
Continue downwind, wait for your call, beach 50 Romeo.
Number 50 Romeo, your traffic is a low-wing aircraft, flight several opposite downwind, about to start the base report in sight.
Looking for the traffic turning base, beach 50, not in sight yet.
Mall 6 Golf Quebec, line M ground, runway 16, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha Bravo.
Don't you dare.
Number 50 Romeo, traffic to follow now, left base, do you have them?
Yes, traffic's in sight, 50 Romeo.
50 Romeo, number 2, follow traffic, runway 16, clear to land.
Clear to land, number 2.
I told her remain outside over Chuckanut to call our state call sign intentions. Number 50 Quebec, keep her on the park, taxi to Park via Echo Delta.
Echo Delta, 50 kilo.
Mall 6 Golf Quebec, give way to the Cessna head. Remember 25 Papa, I have you in sight now. There's going to be one departure prior to your arrival.
Roger, 25 Papa. Oh, shit, I went right through customs.
Calling ground for taxi. Four nine zero one Foxtrot bound M ground runway 16 taxi via Hotel Alpha Bravo straight ahead on Hotel.
Right through the customs. The way this procedure works is once you're on the ground and parked and you're ready to load your airplane, you will contact the load coordinator who will take your information as to how much weight you can safely take and your destination. They will then make a manifest for you, and the CAP will assist in bringing the product to your airplane to load. Once you're ready for the departure, you then go to the ham shack, give them your information as well, and they will communicate to the arriving airport that you are about to depart.
Sorry, this information, Mike 16530, observation winds variable at 3, visibility 10, sky conditions clear below 2000, temperature 20, dew point 14, altimeter 3007, runway 16 east, expect visual approach, landing and departing, traffic flow program in effect for SeaTac International, there's contact you information, Mike.
Bellingham ground, helicopter 55 Tango Papa, BAS, like a south takeoff and a turn to the east with Mike.
Helicopter 55 Tango Papa Bellingham ground, you will just do a vertical takeoff from present position.
Affirmative, 5 Tango Papa.
Helicopter 55 Tango Papa, use caution for uncontrolled vehicles and personnel. Vertical takeoff eastbound is approved.
Vertical takeoff eastbound, approved 5 Tango Papa.
Alright, this Stenson, what's your tail number on ground there?
90250 kilo.
Stenson 90250 kilo, Bellingham ground, runway 16 via Hotel Alpha Bravo.
Hotel Alpha Bravo for Stenson 50 kilo.
Bellingham ground, cap 4657 on the ramp with Mike, would like northbound, please.
Bellingham Tower, Stenson 90250 kilo, 16 at Bravo, ready for departure.
From 250 kilo Bellingham Tower, flare one heading runway 16, clear for takeoff, caution wake turbulence, citation 700, just departed 16.
Alright, caution wake turbulence, clear for departure, 1650 kilo.
Bellingham Tower, King 820, Romeo Delta is ready. King 820, Romeo Delta, Bellingham Tower, quarter runway 16.
Holding short 16820 Romeo Delta. Would be approach Stenson 90250 kilo, just off of Bellingham. 4,000 feet, VFR request.
Stenson 9250 kilo would be approach your altimeter 3009 is your request.
3009er, and we're actually southbound to an area close to Hoquiam. I don't know if you have Whiskey November 65 in your database.
Number 50 kilo, clock 0445.
0445, 50 kilo.
Number
50 kilo, radar contact, 5 miles northeast and a quarter airport, 4,600. Position and altitude check, 50 kilo. And approach was Whiskey November 65 in your database. So Whiskey November 55? 65. Stand by. 50 kilo for word. Alright, thank you. Number 90250 kilo, contact Seattle approach 128.5. 28.5, 50 kilo.
9250 kilo, Seattle approach.
Sorry, say again for 90250 kilo.
November 9250 kilo, just want to get a altitude check and a radio check. Seattle center 3007, take current altitude.
3007, 4,500, 50 kilo.
November 50 kilo, Roger.
I'm just gonna call her.
November 9250 kilo, contact Seattle approach on 120.1.
20.1, 50 kilo. And Seattle, Stinson, 90250 kilo, level 4,500. 9250 kilo, Seattle approach, Seattle altimeter 3007. 3, double ball 7, 50 kilo. Jeremy, are you up? Hey, how's it look down there?
Very calm. I'm about 6 miles to the north.
How's the visibility?
Fabulous.
Alright, I'm just coming up along Banger.
Roger that. All I want for you, once I go through the field, and have an idea of what it's doing, but it looks like, at least from my debrief, the winds are blowing to the west, so I'm running to the east.
Alright, you said blowing from the west?
Affirmative, Ethos is showing winds at 060 at 20. Chapman, Harry Cup, Lewis, Workman is overhead on left downwind, landing to the east. Chapman, sir.
Number 9250 kilo, contact Seattle Center, 128.3, have a good day. Yeah, 250 kilo, we got our destination in sight, like to cancel our flight following right now. 9250 kilo, red drive, park cancellation received, block maintain VFR, and frequency change approved, have a good day. Alright, we're talking and talking, 520, have a good day. Chapman Farm, Stinson, 9250 kilo is 8 miles to the north, and down to stop, full stop, at Chapman Farm. What's interesting is up here are what looks like a nuclear power plant. Those were under construction, never got finished because they ran out of money. That was back in the early 80s. I don't think they had a whole lot of money in the 80s. Chapman Farms, Stinson 50 kilo is 4 miles to the northeast, overhead, and coming to land to the east, Chapman Farms. Chapman Farms, Stinson 50 kilo, are flying overhead, look at the sock, and might be landing to the east, Chapman Farms.
Was out drinking, looking for the next thing. I couldn't really settle down. Always on the run, I didn't want to slow down. But baby, then you came around. Yeah, you came around. No, I won't let you down.
And Chapman Farms, Stinson 50 kilo is just on the south side of the field. We're going to enter in for left downwind, landing to the east, Chapman Farms.
I'm so I'm here to remind you, love.
Yeehaw! Made that sportier than it had to be. Any of my communications out of Chapman Field. What a great bunch of folks out there. That was a treat. Not only are we doing something really good for the Thunder Run, but first opportunity to get out to Chapman. And thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. And yes, Ryan, I did tell him that you said hi.
Toledo traffic, King Air 6 Mike Romeo, we're going to 2 minutes to parachute.
Oh, do need a little bit of air though. Whew. Getting warm today.
Take Union another 707 Kilo Alpha's grain elevators for the needle on the north landing with you.
So those two towers, those two towers that are close to Chapman Field were nuclear reactors. It was one of, I think, those two were of 5 that they were going to build, and they never completed them. One of them is pretty close, it's about 80%, the other one's less than 20. And yeah, they're used for other things now. Pretty interesting, those are the water cooling towers. And it makes a really good landmark for trying to find Chapman Field. It's just to the south of the, southeast of the field there. I think it's only 3 miles from Chapman Farm to the water coolers. So the whole history about how those were started in the 70s, and because of budget overruns and everything, they kept costing more and more money, and then finally they ended the project because it just got to be too expensive. So I doubt if the outside cameras were going to have enough battery to last the entire flight, but we'll see you when we get close to Bellingham.
Frequency, I think they were up at Tattoosh saying that the fog had come back in.
Would be approach Stimson, number 250 4,500, South Jefferson County Airport, via fire request. Transition hold down.
9250 Kilo will be approached from Gulf 3007 to your destination.
3007 destination, Bravo, Lima, India, Bellingham.
50 Kilo Swan, 0445.
0445, 50 Kilo.
50 Kilo radar contact to Mount South of Jefferson County Airport, 4,500.
Position altitude check, 50 Kilo.
50 Kilo traffic now at your 2 o'clock 2 miles northwestbound, 4,000.
Yeah, negative contact. He's gonna go underneath me here in a second.
Okay, Victor Bravo, that's traffic site. 50 Kilo traffic at in sight.
We're still negative contact. I can't see him on that side of the plane. 50 Kilo has the service.
50 Kilo, roger. Altitude restriction removed. Radar service is 7. It's called VFR. Big change approved.
Alright, we're squawking and talking. Thanks. Have a good day.
You too.
Filling up power 50 Kilo. We're approaching Lummi Island. Reporting point.
50 Kilo, thank you, sir. Right downwind, runway 16, report midfield.
Right downwind 16. We'll report the midfield. 50 Kilo. 50 Kilo approaching midfield, right downwind.
50 Kilo, runway 16, clear to land.
16, clear to land, 50 Kilo.
Kilo, turn left on Delta contact ground. Or if you're unable to continue Echo, turn left on Echo contact ground.
Okay, we're gonna go to Echo.
Bellingham Tower, Cat 4657, holding chart 16 at Bravo, number 2 in sequence. Cat 4657, Bellingham Tower, hold chart runway 16. Hold chart 16, 4667. 1957 Mike, runway 16, clear for takeoff, checking the bay for route.
Having approved some tail 1657.
Number 9250 Kilo, taxi, Park via Echo Delta.
Echo Delta 50. Don't go through the customs box.
Well, Sky Terry, thank you so much for you're a big part of this whole event. And for those that don't know, this is the disaster airlift rescue.
It's the West Coast General Aviation Response Plan.
Okay.
Then this is a multiple disaster airlift response teams in multiple local areas throughout the state working collaboratively together to move supplies, with Bellingham International being the point of origin for much of it.
So a big part of it too is not just moving airplanes, but it's also the communications between all these different stations, right? And coordinating all that as well, right?
And the logistics of it. Yeah, the hams have been crucial, like especially today, because we had to rearrange a lot actually. Mm-hmm. We did have a pilot that was not comfortable with one of the locations. Okay. And I pulled one of the pilots off of two of the other locations and had that pilot make the runs because his aircraft was better equipped and better manageable for it. Right. And it was important because Kendall's never got a chance to be a part of this before. And it's a backcountry airstrip, so it's very limited in terms of you have to have a very high level experienced pilot and a very specialized aircraft that isn't a majority around here. Right. So once I saw his aircraft, and then we also had the helicopter, like, all right, well, I'll just make that do, which means he got pulled off of other ones. Right. And then the other thing we had to make a shift for was we were planning on moving our campers and additional 800 pounds to Point Roberts, which this is a very rural community that really, they started WeGARP on a more regional level in a lot of ways because at the start of COVID, we started helping the tribes get food and PPE across the state when everything, the logistics just kind of fell apart.
Yeah, and I remember when you were doing that too.
But Point Roberts got totally isolated. Mm-hmm. When they shut the border down, they were literally an island unto their own.
Right, because the only way to get over there is by plane or by boat.
And so, and we became very important to them because they basically instantly were no longer isolated. They had this ability to get in and out. Mm-hmm. And the fact we operate seaplanes really enhanced that because even if the strip was a puddle of water, they had the option of doing it by water. Now today was a really high test day for us because the sea did not want to cooperate and it wasn't navigable by seaplane. So we had to shift everything out of Float Haven and bring our camper here. And then I had to reshuffle, okay, who's going where, make sure I had enough planes here to accomplish the task to Point Roberts. Right. So, and the only way that's possible is through ham communication and tracking every aircraft across the state. So I have a mental picture of, okay, who do I still have in play that I could potentially pull this direction to make sure we can still accomplish this run for this community. Yeah. Because it's, again, grass airstrip. Not everyone's equipped to do grass. It's a really hot day. Not everyone's equipped for the type of runway it is.
Right, absolutely.
So this kind of operation is very different than most air operations because if you do military, it's all standardized. They're all Blackhawks. They're all whatever. Right. This is not in the negative, but basically kind of a flying circus, and everyone's a little bit different in their skill set, aircraft type,
and a cornucopia of airplanes too.
And a cornucopia of airplanes. So it's like you have to know a lot. Yeah. And it's really so much not knowing a lot as talking to the pilots and let the pilots tell you what they can and can't do. Right. And I think the biggest thing for me is just trying to understand that as a leader, I fail if I put a pilot in a position where he feels obligated to say yes. Right. How I approach every pilot I always have to keep that in mind, is you have to always have an out. And I have to always honor that and make sure that is protected.
Right.
And anyone that's worked with me over the years that has been a part of these efforts knows that the first thing I always say on the Zooms and we do the pilot safety briefing is safety, safety, safety. I'd rather have you come back with a full load than to take a chance and be a smoking hole in the ground.
Right.
And I just have, I have a lot of respect for the environment you guys work in.
I saw you had the Civil Air Patrol out there as well.
They have been absolute godsend.
Yeah.
We could not do this without them.
Right.
One, they actually have the airport passes, so that makes a big difference. But the other one is manpower.
Yeah.
And you've seen it. Like, it takes a lot of ground support to manage the load in, unload in, the tracking of the logistics, all that effectively. Then if you can't do it without having a large ground support. And having the Civil Air Patrol is awesome because it's not just a ground support, it's a ground support that understands how to work on a tarmac and understands the aircraft involvement and the environment that you work in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's crucial.
Yeah.
Because, it's just one of the things, we had a Lake Amphibian today. Most planes you can't approach from the front. That's the one you can, because the prop's at just the right height to give you a really bad crew cut.
Right, exactly.
If you approach from the wrong spot.
Right, exactly.
So it's just, there's a lot of things to know.
Yep.
Your line was on.
So,
yeah.
in honor of your efforts and everything that you've gone through today, I didn't know what size T-shirt you were.
Oh my
But-
gosh, extra large.
Extra large, and there's a large. There's one for whoever you want to deem that to.
Oh, that's really
And
cool.
it's the same one that I'm wearing and I'm sporting today. So
Thank you.
may all your flying be good flying.
Ah, I love that. That's very
And,
cool. Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for putting
you.
this on, and special thanks to Bellingham Aviation Services for allowing us to use the ramp here. And
Yeah, and it's actually we owe them a huge amount. We started this in 2015, and it was literally my van and a couple of flights to Port Providence. And we pitched this is what we're doing, and they're like, yeah, we'll let you do this, and it's grown to where it is now, and it's full airport management involvement, full ATC involvement, full aviation services.
And you know what? With ATC, I have to give props to the traffic controllers.
Oh my gosh.
This morning, I thought I couldn't imagine. Their heads must have just been absolutely spinning. It was phenomenal from the air. It was incredible.
Well, and I got a chance to talk with them. There's some communication aspect on our end that we didn't realize that they weren't in my email group.
Oh.
That's been fixed. So that won't be a problem in the future. But they're very open to this, and they understand the importance of what we're doing. And it definitely makes it a very intense day for them, but they're very supportive of it, and they're awesome to work with.
Yeah.
I have no complaints whatsoever working with this.
They did a
They are
fantastic
phenomenal.
job with getting swamped this morning.
Yeah,
and
they
they
got
were
swamped big
they
time.
were probably like, what in the... Yeah,
They
hats
did
off
awesome.
to those guys.
So yeah, this
right.
was an awesome day.
So I guess I got one more run to Chapman
last one.
Farms.
Chapman Farms.
And I'm going to go get loaded up, and we'll do this again.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you again.
so
You
much.
take care.
All right. That was a day. Oh my word. Really rewarding though. I'm glad I got a chance to participate and help those guys out. There was really, some places that needed better communication, and they really were able to see where the inadequacies of this whole system for the airlift was at. So, but anyway, if you ever get a chance to do something like this, or if you know of some place that really could use some sort of DART, then I highly recommend you get involved. And it's for a good cause, and it really helps out the community when really the times are going to really get, the stress level goes up, and things start going badly, and you need to have people who have been there and are familiar with all the goings-ons. So, and with that, I'm going to leave you here. So may all your flying be good flying.